Okay, so we're in ice base towards the end. So he's addressing the mile of Avodas HaBerurim and explaining about this Berurim, the parallel as it works within the person, Begashmius. That the process of eating food is a process of rejection, refinement, and then ascent from the digestive system to the liver, to the heart, connecting to the brain, allowing the nefesh to be carried by the blood that is refined to be able to receive the nefesh. So the same is also Baruchnius, that this Amshacha, this Avodah of the Avodas HaBerurim, so B'chlal, of course, obviously it's when you're out there in the world, but the Aliyah is an Avodas HaTfilah. Nam apum charbe Lcho. The bread is eaten by the sword. It's a battle for Panosa. It's an allusion to Avodas HaTfilah. Now, the pasuk that we're talking about specifically to explain Avodas HaTfilah and Avodas HaBerurim is the pasuk Achalti Yari im Dvashi, which, as I told you, means in Pashtus, I ate the sugar cane with the sugar. It's a pasuk in Shirashir, a very big. It's pasuk the Gani is in that pasuk. So the union of Yari of the cane of the forest is Avodas HaMalachim. Oz Yiranunu Kolatse Yoar. So I ate it. This is the Avodas HaBerurim. This is the Avodas HaBerurim. We just described the process of eating is a process of birur begashmius, and there's the eating beruchni is the birur ruchni. And when does that happen? What's the birur? The birur is the nefesh habahamis and everything associated with it, or with us, I should say. So this is the hisbonenus before Kriya Shema, and that's the hisbonenus in the middle of the malachim, which are called trees in the forest. Oz Yirananu Atzei Yor. So he's mizbeinin in the whole description there before Kriya Shema of the bit of the malachim, the srofim and the ifanim. So even though he is a commoner and he has no shaykhs to the melech and to the palace, but when he sees, like the Moshel, when the commoner sees that all of these great people and princes and ministers are all bottled to the king, so the prayer is a bittul in him as well. So to being misbeinen in the bittul of the malachim, even though we have no shaykhs to experiencing and feeling a likus, but being misbeinen, what's happening l'mayla, so this prayer is a bittul. This is the process of, this is a chalti yari. I ate, again, the cane, which also means a tree, a forest, all of these terms. So this is the birur of the nefesh habahamis. Then he added befrat, when he's misbeinen, when a person realizes and misbeinen the fact that the nefesh habahamis comes from the shmari ifanim, the residue of the ifanim. So we're not talking about somebody else. This is my market. My market of nefesh habahamis, of my physical life, is in of malachim, they're in a state of bittul. So this is even a more primistic bittul that a person must generate as a achana to the avodah of V'ahavta Hashem Elokecha. So that's what we're up to. Avodah zu, let's pick up the text again. Avodah zu, pretty much, we're up to here. If you have, you're all here, so you have what I have. So it's Reish Yud Aleph at the top. The Avodah zu, so this Avodah, this is bonus of Birchas Kriya Shema. Nikra b'shem achila, it's called eating, which, as he described earlier, is a process of refinement, rejection, expelling, and then refining to ever higher levels of nutrients, of bringing life, or of being a keli for life. So this is achalti yadi So that's what she's saying. She Knesset Yisrael is saying in the pasuk, I ate. Mentioned yesterday, the simple pshat in the pasuk is she's showing her, actually fits her great excitement for him that she didn't just eat the sugar, but she ate the cane too. It's connected. The excitement of a yitis of the Eibishter is not just with his nefesh halikis, but it's to embrace his nefesh habahamis. So the biurim connect. L'chure. At any rate, lefi shapul and yefel is ma'izbonanus. So that's the meaning of the examine the words here. The meaning of this, the effect, the result of these bonanus, which we're describing now. These bonanus in Avedis Hamalachim and the bittul. Hume'en v'dugmas ha'izbonanus atzma is similar to the actual meditation. You're meditating about the bittul of the malachim. It pales a bittul. The result of that, a bittul in nefesh habahamis. Kanal shenas a bittul gam nefesh habahamis v'lachin nikra b'shem achila. That's why it's called achila, eating. Shinyanu hu shamaychal nas adam ubasa kibsare. What's eating? The eating is incorporating in the food which was resistant now becomes absorbed within the person. It was food before. And now it becomes part of him. That's the bittul of the nefesh habahamis, becoming absorbed, not separate, but becoming absorbed within the yid and his avoid and his connection to Hashem. When the pasuk continues, "Achalti yadi im dvoshi," so I ate it together with the honey. So again, the cane. It also passed in a Pshutusham Mikra. The cane is the vessel for the sugar. So that's the nefesh habahamis, the guf. So, pardon?
What's the connection with the word
because the food becomes now absorbed, bottle and absorbed to the guf. Like
the lashon kaila?
Consumed, yeah. Like a lashon what?
Kolel, to include.
No, just means when you eat something, you consume it, becomes part of you.
I understand the connection between the word achila and Michael Nazi Dam Basar.
That no, just saying. He's just saying that's what achila does. What does achila do? It makes the food become eating. Is the process by which the food becomes his flesh and blood. It's not a word association. It's the inyan. The inyan of it being absorbed. Not are you saying the word like vaychul or so? No, it's not the. I don't think so. That's not what it means here for sure. Just the inyan, not the word, right? So what's the inyan of im devoshi with the honey? So in a devoshi, it's a hemshach to the previous maamar. I don't know why. Which the two levels of tainug. I don't mention maybe later. I didn't learn how mine. Maybe later that they will. In Idvosha, in Aribus with tainug, so honey of course is sweet, and tainug, and that is v'koyel abil nefesh halikis. That's the avoid of nefesh halikis. It's sweet. Shebitul ze'eni b'derech iskafia. This is in the wall, like he quoted from the Zohar. That bread is. Bread, it's a wall literally, and by pashtus to go from the wheat to bread is a massive process. And I can remember this. I was giving you the JLI shir the other day. The context was still Mashiach, but there was this fellow in Atlanta who decided to make a sandwich from scratch. Just a regular sandwich. It was bread and. The only exotic component was sea salt, which most people, the sea salt is very common. Anyway, it took him 6 months, and it cost like $127,000 to eat the sandwich that we all eat in a second. Just you want to bring out how technology, it's all part of Erev Geula, a simple example of what it's done, and in terms of this aberurim, etc. Why am I saying it? Yeah, but to go from wheat to the bread is a whole milchama. It's $127,000. Plus whatever you also put on it. It was simple. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't an exotic sandwich. But the honey is right extracted. It's without avodah. It's right there. or the sugar in the sugar cane, That's because the avodah never shall kiss me. David, you want to close the door, please? You have a mimer? Should be. The avodah never shall kiss is not the avodah viskafi. She's naturally sweet and wants a connection. Desires Hashem. Ella. So this is not this bittul. Is aimed at a chiskafi. Boyfriend shemasek el kusim misanim. Never shall kiss. Grasp godliness and delights in it. That's the honey. He's eating it together. He's eating the cane, which is the eating. That's eating in the whole melchama. Never shabam is together with the honey. So what's the inyan? That's the objective. Kasher never shall both, right? Both never shall kiss, never shabam is. Kasher never shall kiss mazbel, never shabam is. So the never shall kiss explains never shabam. Just we're learning this, friends. It looks like, first of all, we're talking about somebody else. Like, who is this? We have to always remember, obviously, that we're talking about ourselves. And the never shall kiss explained to never shabam is. The Maimon speaks in terms of the separation. Obviously, it's not that way literally, because Never Shalakis fuses. We're not, different people. We are one person. Never Shalakis is in Mislabish, Never Shabamich, which is Mislabish and Never Shalakis. It's one seamless person, but there are layers. There are layers. This is one of the big chedushim of Chassidus. Till Chassidus was a Yetzer Tov, Yetzer Hara. There was three things. There's the person, and the white angel and the black angel, and pulling him there. Neither of them are him, mind you. It's one person. There's levels. Never Shasichilis, Never Shabahamis, and there's Never Shalikis, Never Shabahamis. And it's not simple to divide them. They're not simple to divide them at all. It's very integrated. But for the purposes of clarity, it separates them. Because who really understands, who has the tainug is Never Shalikis. But that's not conscious within us. So what do we have? So if it's not conscious in us, why is he even, what does it mean to us? It means that I know a God of Never Shalikis, and the Never Shalikis really feels this. So when I'm learning with the mind open to a part of me that's not saying words, it really feels it. And that affects the conscious part of me. And what is that? Never Shalikis Mazbel, Never Shabahamis. Which also means that when we're learning Chassidus, there's all kinds of things going on in us. There's the Never Shasichilis, Never Shabahamis, it's the emotions. Not so present now. We're here with our minds. That's Never Shasichilis. Now Never Shalikis. So there's Never Shalikis, is learning all of this. There's a deep resonance and the gishmak. It's very subtle. I'm not feeling that. We're engaged with our mind. But there's an element here that is, this isn't foreign, this isn't you, this is water on a parched soul. So that there's that aspect of us that responds to this. In the words of the Mittel Rebbe to the Parashis, the Chazachsidis in the colonies, the simple Yidden over there. He said, I don't understand what I'm saying. He said, the Neshama understands. It's not in vain. The Neshama is hearing this and is stirred, and it affects the Never Shabam is the conscious person. Obviously, it's not the same as hearing the Maimer, actually, being present. There's videos today, and it's obviously the video is a video. But there's a Bashkocha Pratis, and this is all eternal. And watching a video depends on us. We can watch it just a video, a recording of something once happened once upon a time, or it's now. It's Adlamayel, it's Nitzchi. What Rebbe says in time, every mitzvah is Nitzchi. So to some degree, obviously, it's not the same, but to some degree, one can enter and be there. I think I told you the story that when it started coming out now, the whole founder of this whole gem, which has become this incredible, Moishe, it's unbelievable what they put out. You all see it. It's Hillel David Krinsky, Rabbi Krinsky's son. He's since, retired, moved on. not involved anymore. Now it's taken over by Elkanah Shmotkin. He's doing an extraordinary job. So the early days, when it's the 80s, when it was televised live on satellite television, so the Rebbe called him in. It was unexpected. This young Bocher, there was a Bocher there. And the Rebbe asked him, and he was busy with the technical and the technicians and the broadcast. The Rebbe asked him, it was interesting, he didn't ask him, did you listen to the Farbrengen? He said, did you dance with? Mitgetanzt. And the Rebbe added, there's more to it, mit an emes. Mit an emes. He's in the room there, he's busy with the technical part of it. And it's not only did you hear what was said, I guess assumed you did, but were you into it? Did you dance with an emes? I heard that story, and he told the story many times. I think he makes the point himself that that wasn't talking to me only. It's the future. In the future, when Chassidim, well, what you'll have is a video. So you have the choice. Did you dance with an emes? Doesn't mean you put on your kapota and gartel and stand when you watch the Farbrengen. I'm not saying that. Maybe someone feels that way. But certainly bepnimius, it's to some degree, it's shaykh. Let's continue. So, kasha nefesh alikis mazbe nefesh abahamis. So the nefesh alikis explains nefesh abahamis sheyovin gam besichle anushi. Nefesh alikis is explaining to nefesh abahamis that the nefesh abahamis understand with its intellectual, its human mind, as so ilid alikus, the beauty of alikus, and the virtue as a nas gam nefesh abahamis mesikus v'tainuk. So this causes a sweetness, a tainug. Even Nefesh Bahamis can start to have a gishmak in elikus. Lifnei zeksiv, the pasuk prior to this. This is the second pasuk. There's the first pasuk. It says, "Arisi moiri." I gathered. She says, "I gathered my myrrh." Myrrh is a plant. So Maloshin Moiduloshin Meriros. This is Meriros bitterness. What's the meaning of bitterness? That precedes the Tainuk. What's the bitterness? Vumar Shomer Razal. Gemara says in Brachas, Einoim dim lispal al matech keved rosh. Person shouldn't begin to daven other than out of a sense of a literally heavy head, a bowed head. Shachon al tefillah, this is before davening. Sorry, I mean, it could be a tefillah mishum nesa. It's certainly achana to the isbonis and avedis hamalachim, which is v'ahavtas Hashem alekecha. It's really the achana before davening. It says in Chassidus in general. Before davening is the achana, the sobering. Who's davening? Sober, look in the mirror. Who stands here to put on talis and tefillin and daven? Shachon letfiluyin amridus vashiflus. So the chana is in fact this bitterness and this shiflus, literally lowliness, and that's a very healthy way, and the only way to daven. Shedezim izbatim kol enyonim abilti ritzuyim, and with this humility, he neutralizes all negative inyonim v'amoinim, and that prevent him lavedes atfilah. You think the opposite. If he's mispain, then and what a miserable creature he is. So how can he begin davening? One of the answers is, Hashem still wants me to daven, despite all this. Wow. What a privilege, what an honor. What a wonderful, what great love. So it's actually inspirational. And it also humbles him. He doesn't, march into davening, ich bin du, I'm here. He comes humbly, then his heart can open. He's open to love and to delight and to the pleasure and so on. So this is Arisi Moiri, I gathered my myrrh, that's the achana. And then it goes on to describe the eating of the sugar, the cane and the sugar, the honey. Is bonus the tefillah, then comes this bonus of davening, as we described. Is bonus the fixed nefesh bahamis, and then the nefesh with the nefesh likis. Conclusion of all of the above. What's davening? This is all the context, by the way, is the Meraglim, who did not want to go to Echesol. They weren't interested in Avedis Berurim. That's where he's going to with all of this. So at any rate, let's put that in the back burner. So the colors of this atfil is the birur dugmas achila. The whole of davening is birur, is refinement like eating. Which is barely shachilu, birur eating is birur. Shapsoilis ditchel chutz, the psoilis, the waste is rejected outside. And the choice of the nutrients is sent to the heart. Bagashmis. So in davening, that's the beginning of what's an halacha. You have to go to the bathroom before you daven. Gashmis is to cleanse the body. So Baruchni is actually his abundance in the bilti ritzuyim, the negative things which he's embarrassed about and rejects. The chutz al the akevid rosh. This is the kevid rosh, the heaviness of the head, literally the humility. Which he begins the whole Aveda. Now the choice is ready to ascend. He's jettisoned the negative. He's renouncing it, as it were. He's regretting it. And then he's ready for the nutrients to ascend. This is the positive dimension of davening, the embrace and the ava and the tainig that he speaks of here. Not just of nefesh likis, even of nefesh bahamis. Let's go a little bit further. Like in the same way that it's by a person. It's the avoid every day. Likewise, there's this state, namely, throughout the week. The hemshach to the previous mind. Is all of creation is in a state of descent. There's a mixture of good and bad. So much so, the Lashon Chassidus is that after Chet Etzadas, there's no good without bad, no bad without good. There's nothing that's absolute and clear. They said before, the person is a fusion of all of this, and it's not. This is my nefesh likis moment, nefesh bahamis moment. It's every moment involves everything. The question is just what kind of dominates and leads. So that's during the week. What is Shabbos is? Here, it's all incorporated. Heaven and earth is, and all of the hosts are elevated. So all of the worlds ascend and become incorporated in Elam Atzilus. We say in that Filim Tzadik Zayin, no, it's okay, it's a mistake. It's Kapitel Chavtes. Haval Hashem means be prepared to greet Hashem. So it says 3 times Haval Hashem b'nei Elim, 3 times in that Mizmor. Gimel Elim is biyah. That's why Haval Hashem 3 times. Be prepared. It's referring to the 3 Eilumas that are ascending. Then the capital concludes, Ishtach vel Hashem b'hadras kodesh, bow before Hashem, b'hadras kodesh, in trembling awe. No, sorry, hadras kodesh means the holy place, dor, Lashon dor. Look at this, my translation. Well, there's a siddur, b'hadras kodesh. I think it means in there. It's referring to kodesh hakadoshim, Lashon dor. The point being, Ishtachavo Hashem, and that is already what that comes after the ascent of the Gimel Olam Meshuing and Ishtachava Va'Bitol b'Mitzias Ba'Liyasim Ba'Tzilus. So here is the complete bittul as they bow down this holy place. That's Olam Atzilus, the ascent of all of creation to a state of complete bittul. What does it say? I can't hear you. Resplendent. Splendid holiness. Okay, I think I saw somewhere the Lashon Dor. Okay, fine. as in Hodar, resplendent, beauty. Okay. Okay, and let's finish the paragraph. So just like it is in the Olam, the general aliyah of Biyah and Atzilus, that's what's happening. This is especially Friday night. That's why we said it's Friday night. As we looked at the previous Maamar, Friday night is the aliyah, and Shabbos day is more than Shochim, but there's both aspects, both occasions. So Keino Gambis for this Malchus Atzilus, in Atzilus Gufa, the same process as Malchus. The 6 days of the week, Malchus Hashem's word invested in creation, as the pasuk says in Mishli Ragleha. Here, this Mav is talking about the woman whose feet descend to death. It's Malchus is the woman descending to death as a reference. The Pnimius to Elam is Biyah, but that's during the week. And why does she descend? In order to engage in the world of death and bring life there, to reveal the sparks of Velikus. That's what we say Friday night from the Chayil, and she gets up and it's still night. She referring to Malchus of Atzilus, Neshamas Yisrael. It's all different dimensions. And Laila is what? Is Biyah, where it's dark. So she gets up there, rises up there in the world of Biyah. This is the weekday engagement. But in Teref Levesa, she gives food. Teref literally means seized, that which has been snatched from, that's in Tzutzik Dusha, that's snatched from Dvarim Gashmim. Binyamin Zeiv Yitraf. Binyamin is a wolf that snatches. That's the Avodah of Avedis HaBerurim. That's during the week. That's what we're describing Friday night in praise of the Jewish woman, of Malchus Atzilus, of the Shechina, of Neshama Yisrael B'chlal, all dimensions all different dimensions, parallel, complementary dimensions to the Eishes Chayil. V'achakach b'Shabbos hadi Oila b'Atzilus, that's the Avodah during the week, but didn't Teref Levesa. But then in Atzilus, in Shabbos is the Aliyah Atzilus, the Yichud with Zoh, and that's the Aliyah Sa'olam is. The birur is complete, the sparks elevated. To be continued. Tomorrow, I'm leaving out of town for probably almost a week. Let you know exactly what Hashem for Einikos by mitzvah, leaving early tomorrow morning. We should be learning Thursday morning and Friday morning. That's the plan, according to plan.